first, I know it's hard to remember all 1,980 members. That's why you have to go and collect them all. Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall now.
Oh, hello, folks, and welcome to Speeding Bullets Repackaged. It's going to be an awesome one. Nothing to do with what we're showing, but I am super excited because we accidentally solved a problem right before we started recording.
I love how Richie says we as though I was involved in this in any way, shape, or form. It had nothing to do with me. I just happened to be present.
He just did what he always just stood there, looked pretty, talked a little bit. Probably a lot.
That's correct. That's correct. And I'm a good luck charm. I am a certified good luck charm. It's important to have me around because I will bring you good luck. Hello, welcome to Speeding Bullets Repackaged. It's Tupper. How you doing out there in the tubes of you? You're watching us on the tubes of you. So I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the show. I just heard that for the first time ever. That's one of the things that Richie figured out is now I can hear all the sounds as he's playing them.
If you cannot tell, I am fucking elated.
I am sure this will get fucked up at some point down the road, and Richie will have to re-add the sounds, and it'll take him hours. But you know what?
Anybody's watching, what episode number is this? 33?
I don't...
32, 33, something like that. If I ever complain on the internet that I don't know why Tupper and Jamie can't hear the things that I'm trying to get them to hear, say share the screen, not the application. That's all I need to know.
Share the screen, not the application. That's going to be the title of this episode. Share the screen, not the application. For all of you out there, I hope you're having a great day. It's a wonderful time. It's the holiday season. Watching this video, you're getting all your toy fun from us. Please hit like, click that subscribe button.
Oh, the ding is not working.
Ding bell. Oh no! See, he's gonna have to add. He's gonna have to add that in post.
No, you know why? I just have to open up because the thing that Mac likes to do when you have stuff is it'll offload things that it thinks you're not using, and for some reason it keeps doing that to my sound effect folder, and I only find out because. Yeah, so.
That's so sad, but also really happy for everyone else out there in the world. So, you know, sad for Richie, good for everyone else.
That's not what I meant to hit.
I mean, sure.
Imbeciles! Why are great men always surrounded by lesser beings?
Tupper's like, oh my god.
I ask myself that question all the time, Cobra ding. Commander. He found the ding. So now that you've heard the ding, and if none of this stuff has put you off of watching this show, please hit subscribe and get notified for when we're going to be available. Okay, that's enough with the ding.
The power I hold now.
You've lost your ding privileges, sir. No dings for you. No dings for you.
I got a ding for you.
God. We're not even 5 minutes into this episode, and it's already completely and totally off the rails, as is expected. So Richie is on cloud nine. And that has nothing to do with the time of year. He just fixed a bunch of problems. I'm doing pretty great. We got a excellent show for you today. Before we start, if you see it's a little bare in the background, that's because I'm about to set up my holiday action figures displays. If you're not aware, because you probably wouldn't be, every year what I do is I take the various toys that I have in my office and I will put them in small little holiday displays, nerdtivity scenes, if you will. And I have 1, 2, 3 that I will be doing, which will take place in those 2 cubes. A Christmas tree is going to go up there, and there'll be a little display which is right up here, which none of you will see. I'll take photos and maybe we'll post them in a future episode. But it's going to be holiday-rific. It's going to be a toy time in Tiny Town here with all of the various action figure displays, holiday themed.
I don't think last year we had started this show yet when we were doing our nerdtivity shows, and we had a bit of a competition that Jamie didn't give 2 shits about. Now we can take photos and put it on this show, and maybe 5 people will tell us that mine is better than yours.
That's correct.
See, even you agree.
I agree that they may tell us things, but I do not agree that they will pick your displays over mine. Richie, this is a moot point, Richie. You don't have time to do any holiday displays or the space to do any holiday displays this year. So I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm going to be the one showing photos. So stay tuned for that. As we get into our year-end stuff, we'll I'm sure have some photos of our nerdtivity or my nerdtivity scenes. We'll see if Richie has the ability to set up his this year, and we'll see what happens with that. But that's coming on a future episode, not this one. This one, we got a ton of stuff for you. We got some coming soon. We got some reviews. We got some shit Richie bots this week. So let's just go.
It.
Let's get into it. It's the Coming theme song. Now I can hear it in my earballs, and I'm still going to talk over it because that's what I do. You know it, you love it.
Now he'll know when he's done talking over it.
Tag team. Boom, there it is. Which does make it easier for me as an entertainer to make sure I'm hitting all the right notes. So if you enjoyed it before, well, it's going to get even better now, folks.
That's right. So what do I got coming up first? We got something completely and utterly unnecessary from Mcfarlane, and that is this Batman Who Laughs. It's called the Black and White Accent Edition, and I love Batman Who Laughs. You all know.
Where is their white? Where's the white?
I know.
It's black and purple.
Yeah. So I don't know why they termed it black and white. I mean, the purple kind of looks good in it, but it's not good enough for me to want to get it as a variant. I have an awesome Batman Who Laughs that I was able to get with the 3 Robins. So if you don't have a Batman Who Laughs and missed out, maybe this is the one for you. But other than, for me, this is going to be a dud.
I feel like Parade Magazine voted this their most pointless toy of 2025. Why does this exist? To scrape extra money out of those molds. So good job, but also fail.
Fail.
I don't know why Mcfarlane does half the stuff that they do most of the time. And that is why we have a toy podcast and talk about them, so we can be like, hey, Mcfarlane, why you do those things? And if they didn't, we wouldn't have content. So thank you, Mcfarlane, for being good 30% of the time, weird 50% of the time, and shitty 30% of the time. That's true. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say most of the time. I would say they're average most of the time.
I was just being harsh, I guess.
The real number ranking is they're average 50% of the time, they're excellent or good 25% of the time, and they're garbage 25% of the time. So it's something.
It's true. Coming up next, I believe this is, I forget where this is from, but it's E-Honda.
Jada.
It's Jada Toys. Yeah.
Jada Toys.
Jada Toys. My favorite thing about this figure from Jada Toys is the multiple hand accessory that, here it is in the picture, that makes it look like he's doing that punch in the video game that he does.
Yeah.
And
the 100-hand punch.
That is fucking cool. So Jada Toys is awesome. They make quality toys for a reason, and I don't think we would have gotten that if it was from something else like Hasbro. Mcfarlane, yeah. Hasbro is a maybe on that.
Hasbro, again, does occasionally have some pretty cool accessories, but for every, for every great animal design in the G.I. Joe Classifieds line, they have the little sperm-like spider accessory in the Maximum Spider-Man toy. So, or the rocket from the Incredible Hulk Maximum figure, which half the people are like, hey, this is pretty cool, and half the people are like, what are you guys smoking over there? This is stupid. So, like they're hit and miss, but Jada is usually pretty good with accessories. And I think because they deal so much in like the wrestling figures, which usually come with some pretty cool accessories, I think they've kind of like gotten used to doing lots of accessories and have those things matter. And also it's Street Fighter. Again, this is how you do a action figure line based upon a video game of fighting. Dear Mcfarlane, learn from their shit.
And it doesn't come with a flight stand that it doesn't need.
That you know of. We don't own any of the Jada Toys stuff, so we don't actually know if if they come with anything like that. One of these days we'll jump in and start getting some stuff. This is a nice figure. Yeah. Good job, Jada. What's next?
Next, a little jump into Mafex. We got this cool looking Hush Batman. This is the only image that I had from it, so not a whole lot other than showing the different faces, the accessories, and a few poses. Looks like it is a soft goods cape. Probably wired. Yeah. Judging by the seams that are there.
100%.
And to go with that, there's this Ra's al Ghul from Hush, and that looks just as good. And that made me think when I was putting this episode together, I'm like, I don't have a Ra's al Ghul action figure. Did Mcfarlane ever make a Ra's al Ghul?
I think they did one for the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games, and it's a part of that collection. But they have not done a comic accurate Ra's al Ghul, as far as I'm aware, in the last 5 years. So might we be getting one before the end of the line in 1 year's time?
That would be something I would add to our list of things I think Mcfarlane would needs to do before losing the license or whatever is happening with the license, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'd have another full. We did think that when we started this year, when the announcement was made, that it would be, I think, halfway through 2026 would be the end of the Mcfarlane stuff. But it is going to be going all the way into Q4 of next year. So we will see releases probably up to this point. Like next year at this time, we'll be seeing a couple of stuff that's out there. But by and large, it's going to be, dunzo by this point next year. So they better fucking hurry up and get a Ra's al Ghul figure out there. Yeah. In the meantime, if you have $120 to spare or more, I think they're about $120. You can get one of the Mafex ones. They are nice figures, and I think again that cloth.
Are they 12-inch figures?
No, I think they're 6-inch. Okay. I think they're 1/12 scale.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I always thought the Mafex stuff was in line with Marvel Legends. I think they're slightly bigger depending on the figure, but they also might be slightly smaller depending on the figure. So, shrug, I don't know. The best answer I have for you, Richie, is go buy one, go get one, and then we'll review it. Hey, Mafex, are you watching this? Probably not, but if you are, send us your stuff.
Send Tupper Batman. Send me a Ra's al Ghul. All right,
and we'll fight him.
Moving along. No, that's the Ra's al Ghul. Oh yes. So earlier in the year, we had the Chucky Blind Box series. I did not know that it was the Chucky Blind Box. I did not realize it was going to be a whole series, and now we have Series 2. Unfortunately, I did not get the box set of the first set. Looking at the site now, they are sold out. I'm like, I'm considering more this set. Mostly because it also has a Tiffany within the set, which is pretty cool. But so we I believe this one I think is from Child's Play 3. Some of these ones are both a mix of stuff from the movies and the TV show. This is straight out of the TV show, but Thanksgiving Chucky.
That was just yesterday.
I know.
You'll see this in a week? No, on Monday.
Yeah.
So this is our way of saying Happy Thanksgiving, Americans.
My John Carver was supposed to arrive today, but did not. So
oh my God,
Monday.
You and the fucking John Carver.
It kept being fucking delayed since April, but now it's finally actually says released, although mine didn't arrive yet. So, anyways.
I mean, again, 'tis the season. But I think when Richie finally gets that John Carver, that the world would implode.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for it so long.
Never got that Supergirl, but that's a whole other story. I found a different one. This one's like I think they call it like the poster Chucky, because it's sort of like the poster, and then here he is just before he gets thrown into the grave that he digs out of and scares the shit out of more people, and he's all bashed up there as well.
Does nobody in the Chucky movies have a flamethrower? I mean, he's just plastic.
I mean, he has been burnt before, but
like melted plastic,
yeah,
like
yeah. He's even been put into a vat of melted plastic.
And it didn't work.
No, it didn't work. This one, I believe,
Evil's always looking to play.
I'm going to say it's from Child's Play 3. I could be wrong. The one on the right, the old Chucky, is definitely from the TV show. He is awesome. That is one of the other reasons why I want to get this version. And then, of course, we got the Tiffany in there as well. And we got to look at the whole set. The other one came with 6. This one comes with 7. I'm more strongly considering this set than I was previously.
So my question to you is, how come you didn't get the other set? Is it because it wasn't available here in Canada, or did you miss the window?
It was. I missed the window, but I was kind of humming and hawing about it because it was $150, which is fair because it did work out to about 20, and that's American though. So I'm looking at. And it wasn't it's not available anywhere else except for the NECA site. Trust me, I searched.
Okay, so it's a NECA exclusive, and you get all of it.
I was kind of hoping we might see it ease its way into like GameStop or something, but I did not. It's sold out. I don't know if they're going to do another run of the first series or not. This set, because there's an extra figure though, it is $175 US, then plus shipping. So it's going to be that's a tough one.
It's expensive. That's expensive.
So
that's expensive, but I mean, you do love yourself some Child's Play. You like yourself some Chucky. Yep. So that's a call. I can't make it for you.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if it happens again. If the same thing happens where I go to buy it and it's sold out. $150. $150 was kind of like a okay-ish. I was like, I'm comfortable with that. The $175. The thing that gets me though is that it's American and the fucking exchange rate is shite.
It is.
So, yeah. Anyways,
it is. It's yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Oh. It is what it is. I would say, do you really need more Chucky figures? But I know the answer to that question is yes. You do. You absolutely do. I think the Tiffany pushes it over the edge for you. But it's like anything. We'll see. We'll see what Richie ends up doing. I really feel he's going to get this.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see.
I really feel he's going to get this.
Moving on. The only thing that the downside to not using the studio mode that we used before is I can't preview ahead of what's next, but I can figure a way around that. Anyways, don't have a great picture of it, but coming January 2026 in one of Mcfarlane's elite editions, as they call it, is this first appearance Spawn. As it shows, not final. It's the prototype, but looks like you're getting 3 extra faces or heads, some hands, and some wristbands, cuffs, a green energy effect. Is that supposed to be like cement? I'm not sure.
I'm guessing it's stand of some kind, yeah.
And then his chains looks pretty decent for what you're gonna for the figure. And if you're a Spawn fan, I would probably say that this would probably be a good figure for you.
I don't know, because I'm on the fence, because I do like Spawn. I did have the old version of this toy from back in the 90s when they put it out. And Spawn is a very cool looking character, and it would fit well, I think, on a shelf. But I would have to see more details, like how much is this going to cost, and what's the price of this figure.
The Elite editions, I think, are usually sit around 55-ish, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I need to see it up close. I need to see it in hand in order to make that kind of distinction, because I'm a little bit bummed by Mcfarlane right now. I'm definitely on the negative side with them. So I'm like, I like Spawn. I would get this. It does come with a lot of accessories, but I'm going to need to see more. And I'm going to need to know if that cape is wired and if it's long and big and flowy. And if it is, that might change my opinion on it. But right now, I'm definitely side-eyeing it hard, as in, like, I don't know if you should exist.
That's not what I meant to do.
Ooh, black.
That's not what I meant to do.
And we're back.
One thing that we said that we were going to talk about before we go into the review section, because that is the end of coming soon, is the Hasbro Pulse HasLab for Tron has failed miserably.
Spectacularly.
I'm just gonna search it up here for a second. It's got. I did have a thing that had the number of backers. Where did the number of backers go? I sent it to Tupper the other day.
I thought it was like 1,200 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like it was like 11 or 1,200 out of the 10,000 that it needed, and yeah, it's. They pushed this so hard. I myself, who have only bought from Hasbro Pulse once, received 4 emails about the Hasbro Pulse HasLab Tron set. 4. They were desperate to make this happen. The HasLab for this Tron series is their fetch, just trying to make it happen and failing spectacularly right across the line. A lot of collectors are like, if you would have made it 6 inches, that would have been a lot better. If you'd have dropped the price was way too high for 3.75 inches of toy, even though you got 4 of them and light cycles and a display. It just was not enough. And it definitely
really
needed to be at least 6-inch figures. I agree there.
Some people are like, does this mean that they're going to cancel the 6-inch figures for Tron Legacy that are supposed to be coming out in the new year? I don't think one connects to the other, because it's different sizing of toys, and there are people that will step over their own mom for a 6-inch figure, as opposed to a G.I. Joe 3.7 size. 3.75 or 3 3/4 inch toy. That, I think, is the real reason that people didn't agree with it. But it's also fucking overpriced. I mean, this was ridiculously overpriced for nothing that fits in with any of your other lines. Yeah. So, I mean, again, I think the problem is whoever greenlit this should be fired, because it was so dumb. It is such a dumb thing for them to do. But this is 2025 is the year where Disney tried to cram Tron down our throats, and realized that we don't want cramming. We want gentle. We want to be gently force-fed Tron. We
don't
like
want fucking
Tron.
Jared Leto.
We don't want Jared Leto. We want something interesting. We liked what Tron Legacy did. And that's what we wanted more of. And instead, you gave us a whole, 2 hours of Jared Leto.
I know it won't happen, but I would really be supremely happy if he got fired from Masters of the Universe. But I know they're well into filming, so.
They've already filmed it. They've already filmed it. I talked about this on one of our last episodes. They should replace him with Christopher Plummer. And they should do it that way. They're not. It's not going to happen. But I think we won't see his face, and that'll be enough for people. It'll just be a voice performance. But yeah, let this be a lesson to Hasbro. Don't cram us in Tron shit. Let us tell you what we want. Let us decide. And 6-inch figures, yes. And to Disney and everyone else who makes movies, stop putting Jared Leto as the lead actor in things that we want to see, because we will not go. Yeah. We don't like that guy.
Fuck that guy.
God damn it. Fuck that guy.
Going into the review section.
So many reviews. So little time. Actually, we had lots of time.
Oh, yeah.
I just said we have so little time because, yeah, that's just the way it goes. Boy, it's nice to hear those sounds, so I know where to inflect. What a great job. Thanks, Richie. Finally doing your job over there.
I know. First up, I'm doing a little compare and contrast between the two Dark Flashes. This is the older Dark Flash. You'll be able to see because I'm going to sort of flip-flop between the two. The accents on the costume are a more muted gold as opposed to the new one where it's a more vibrant. You also don't have the accents around the waist and legs like you do on the older one. But I think the detail is better on the newer one. The articulation is definitely better. The shoulders, you know how you kind of get that loose shoulder thing sometimes. There's that in the older Dark Flash, but not in the newer one. Here's just a look from behind for the older Dark Flash butt. And the newer Dark Flash butt, which
why does he have a better defined gluteus maximus?
I don't know.
What is going on there? What is going on in Mcfarlane Toys where they're like, what the thing we need to upgrade on our Dark Flash figure is his ass. Yeah. His ass needs to be more defined. I mean, he's a monster. He's a zombie. What are you doing?
Said, I would argue that the effects that come with the older Dark Flash, look better on this Dark Flash, as I have displayed here. If I go back to the first one,
looks like he's giving a Shakespearean soliloquy in that past image.
I mean, they don't look bad on the other one, but I think I just think it pops a little bit more on the. Oops, here it is on the. Wait, no, here it is on the newer. Nope, here it is on the newer one. I think it just stands out a little bit more. And I also made that foot like that on purpose because that's kind of how zombies walk sometimes. So I figured a zombie Flash would run like that.
Is he a zombie Flash or is he just like a dead Flash?
A dead Flash, same thing. Deadite zombie.
You just wanted to screw up his foot, make it look cool. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Oh.
I do like the running effects more there. I'm real conflicted, Richie, because I like the leg design a lot more on the original one that you have. I don't like the shorts, I don't like the short sleeves on either one of them. That seems so silly. But I kind of, my visual prefers the former over the latter, even though the latter has better butt support. Mm-hmm. Guess that's the best way to put that. Was this a figure that needed a repaint, that needed a redo, or
no.
So this was just fun to get a different version of
the
what
reason
you
I
already
got
had.
this one was because it came with different heads. Like I showed when I first picked it up. It comes with different heads, which was my draw for that one. Other than that, there is no real benefits to getting the new one unless you want to be able to pose them with different heads. To me, the different heads are worth it because they are distinctive, and I think you could. I haven't tried it yet. You could probably mix and match the heads with the other one as well. So
changes into shoulder articulation and a different color scheme and some different effects and some different heads is the real difference between the two figures.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked that there has been any change to the Mcfarlane action figure buff buck in the last 5 years, because I feel like in general their articulation is exactly the same. Although when I talk about one of my reviews, I'm going to give them some real shit about that. But that's down the road. That is not for right now. I'm just making fun of them for their articulation and their overall sculpts for their toys, which is basically the same. They haven't had any changes in the last 5 years. Hasbro's gone through like 4. Mcfarlane is like, nah, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I hate to break it to them, but it's not that it's broken, but it's definitely,
fixable. improvable.
It's definitely not great.
Yeah.
You should have been working on that a little bit more in the last 5 years. Maybe that's why you lost the license, suckers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just for fun, really quick. Oh, that's not it. My new shelf is all fully displayed there with the Batman Returns stuff and some of my more recent things. There is a new thing on my shelf that's not there yet that I am going to be bringing up soon. Oh, before I forget, because Tupper didn't remind me.
What? I didn't know I was supposed
The
to.
penguins. The penguins. I'm going to grab them for a second.
Oh, right. So last time, when we did the Batman Return stuff 2 episodes ago, I said, hey, Richie, is there a thing about the penguins you wanted to do? And he's like, no, that was the taser that came with Catwoman. And I was like, okay. And then, like a couple of days ago, he's like, oh, wait, there was something about the penguins. And I was like, I already tried to remind you. How did you forget again?
So, penguins. Really cool that you can articulate the flippers. They're flippers, right? That's what they call it. They even go back and forth, not just up and down. You can put them to the side.
But they don't go back in time.
They don't go back in time. But I thought it was really cool until I want to articulate another penguin, and it has non-fucking articulated flippers. So why articulate one and not all of them?
Because it's bigger, I bet, is the answer.
And this
because
one, they were like, oh, just make it part of the fucking mold, and like not even like separate. So
it's still pretty big, honestly. And Richie, we know that this is a hot button issue for you because you've been complaining about McFarlane's animal figures for a while. And now that you've joined the ranks of the G.I. Joe owners and you get those ultra articulated dogs and crocodiles and warthogs and wolves, now you're on team articulated animals. And when there's no articulation on the animals, you're like, this is some straight up bullcrap.
You know, and that's like, they're penguins. I wasn't looking for crazy articulation, but if you're going to articulate one of their one figure's flippers, they all come in a set. Articulate them all. Just what I'm saying.
Well, again, it's $30 plus tax or so for one with articulated flippers, 2 penguins with nothing articulated on them at all, some rockets, and a coat. Like, well, what is this, a Macy's collection? Like, it's more clothing than man. It's just weird. Yeah. It's just weird to me.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to Tupper's Mobius. Batman in the Mobius chair. And when he sent it to me, he spelt it M-O-E for Mobius. Just saying.
Like the artist?
Yeah.
Jean Giraud, Mobius, whatever. I don't know. I thought that's how they spell it. I honestly thought that's where they got it from, from Jean Giraud. So
M-O-B-I-U-S.
Whatever. I think mine is better.
Freaking heathen.
You idiot. So this is Batmobius, and I did want this. Richie, did you even do a review of this one already?
Oh, yeah, I didn't do a review. It was just shit Richie bought this week, so which is kind of reviewy, but more of just like quick pictures-esque.
Okay. Well, I wanted to give my thoughts on this guy. First of all, he is very imposing. He looks really great in the chair. I think this is a really nice showpiece. The chair is super detailed. Mm-hmm. It is actually quite nice to connect them all. The Batman's cape is one of the better Batman. I just did this for fun because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, this fucking guy. I mean, he's got access to all the time and space, so of course he's going to, run into Deadpool. The chair is really nice. The thing about the chair that bothers me is that it is open in the back.
Yeah.
Now, I understand why this is. It cuts down your costs, but it's a little bit of a cheapo thing. You can see Batman is standing here. Richie, I didn't know that if you knew this about your chair, but the seat comes out, and there's pegs in there that you can also slide out, and you can actually fit Batman into the pegs and do like this, where he's standing against the chair.
What? Where's mine?
I knew Richie wouldn't figure this out. I knew it, which is why I do reviews.
Which shelf did I
But
put
yeah,
mine on?
I mean, I can't help you with that. You're just gonna have to look at it later. You just have to push the little tabs in the back in to get the seat out. And then you have the other little tabs. You got to press them down, and that the seat with the part with the tabs comes out, and you can have your Batman Mobius standing and displaying his cool cape, just like I have done in this image here, because I always check for stuff like that, because I'm a genius.
I did not see that at all. So, the two different parts, and where's the pegs? If you...
The pegs are in the back.
Oh, in the
part.
back. Okay.
And you pull them out by turning the chair around and reaching back and pushing the little tabs on. There you go. You see it? You got to turn the whole thing around. You got to turn the whole chair around and look in the back, and you'll have little pegs there. You got to push them down, and that will release it. Because I'll tell you right now, if you're trying to stand him up on that chair without taking that peg slot out, you will murder the toy and several walls, and possibly one of your pets. It's very frustrating to do it any other way. Richie's got fat fingers, so he might have to get a tool to press those little tabs down. I don't know. I don't know why he's futzing around with this on the show. Mainly because it's great. It's very entertaining. I mean, you can't argue with this kind of level of entertainment of watching a grown man.
I'm gonna play with it later because that could quite possibly solve your fucking. No, it wouldn't solve the seating problem because. Okay, never mind. Anyways,
it doesn't solve the seating problem. So getting to the Batman sitting in the chair, he does not sit super well in the chair. You have to mess around with it quite a bit to get him in a comfortable seating position. It's a toy that's not really meant to sit, which is weird because that's what it was designed for. Yeah. But again, that's Mcfarlane for you. That's what they do. It also drove me crazy trying to get the fingers to tent.
Yeah.
I did manage to do it, but it's not easy. I do like the splayed fingers. I like all of that is really well designed. But it's just a little bit off when it comes to getting them to fit together super well. I almost wish that they'd included a two hands tented together that you could plug in and then it would already be touching. Yeah. They probably should have done that. The other things that I like, the articulated cape is great. It's actually one of the cooler capes that I've seen. It's too bad that he's sitting most of the time because the cape is really awesome and is really well done as far as where the folds are on it. Looks really great. He comes with a pointless batarang and grasping hand for the batarang. No, I don't know why he has a batarang at all. He's the god of knowledge at this point. It's just really pointless to have him there. But overall, I think the figure is really nice. I think the design is really solid, and I think this makes a nice display on your shelf if you enjoy weirdo Batman characters. This is a pretty weirdo Batman character. Also, side note, that little disc that's attached to the chair spins. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
Does it on Metron's chair as well, the green one? So I bet you Metron's green chair that I have. No, I don't have the green chair. I have the black Metron. I bet you Metron's chair does that as well because it's the same chair.
Yeah, it would 100% would. And you probably can take the seat off and air so Metron can stand on the chair as well, Richie. Yeah. Aren't you glad that you get me to do this stuff so you will learn new interesting things about your toys? This is a very niche product, and I do like it, and I'm very happy to have it because I think it's really cool on the shelf. But I mean, because of some of the limitations of it, and because it's really just a sitting Batman, which is not traditionally what Batman is known for, your mileage may vary. I think for me, it's an 8 out of 10. I think for the average consumer, it's probably more on the 7 to 7.5 range. But I do like it. And once you do get him sitting in that chair properly, it does look pretty cool, and I think there's some really nice effects and shots that you can take. That was just the one that I took last night at 11 o'clock at night. So I think that there's more to this here, but it is nice, but I don't think it's a must-have for a lot of people unless you're a bat nut like me. So good job, but meh.
Yeah. All right, next one for Tupper. Oh wait, that's the same. There we go.
So here we have Peacemaker. Exactly. Welcome to the show indeed. So here we have Peacemaker, that in many ways is one of the best figures that Mcfarlane has ever done for one of their theatrical lines. The sculpt on Cena's face is impeccable. It's beautiful. I love the sculpt on this figure. It's him. Like, he looks like he stepped right out of the show, and I think it's a very, very well done toy overall at this price point. I think the thing that sets this apart from other things is the price point for this. It feels like it's worth what you get for it. So it's not a $70-$80 toy. Obviously, that does limit what can come with it, what the overall product is overall. But I think at the price point, this is you get exactly what you would expect to. But the fact that it looks so much like Cena and the helmets fit so well on his head, I think are really cool. The gun is also super cool. I love the shirt. I love the pants. It's really nice. It's a really nice looking toy. But I have some big ass problems with this toy.
I have a problem with the bird that I didn't mention before. One, because the bird is not articulated. One. Two, let me switch back screens for a second. It's a total fucking reuse of the Beast Boy bird. It's just repainted. I bet you there are other figures that have this bird in it as well. Actually, I think there's a Superman that comes with the bird that's probably the same bird as well, just painted differently. Fucking Mcfarlane and your animals.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. Eagly is not that size as well. He's bigger.
Yeah.
Eagly is much bigger. So this is a smaller version of Eagly. He is a nice bird character, but I agree with Richie. This should have come articulated. It should have been larger. There is no way for you to put Eagly on the shoulder or arm of Peacemaker. That, I think, is a huge missed opportunity. They've done this with other figures before. They could have easily made it so that he connected or sat on his arm or shoulder, and I don't know why they didn't.
They almost should have made it a separate figure on its own, so it could be a bit larger, articulated, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, why include him at all? It does, I think, feel like, oh, we already have the bird in our collection, so we might as well include it. But the bird doesn't really, outside of the repaint, it doesn't really line up with this great Cena-esque Peacemaker figure. Yeah. Now, my big issue with this toy, though, is the joints on the arms, where for some strange reason, the elbow extends way into the upper and lower arms, meaning that when you do any kind of bended arm pose, there's giant ass gaps between the elbow and the arms. And because this is a, short-sleeved character, it's super fucking noticeable, and it is not good. And I do not know why they did and designed it that way. I think this is a new sculpt from when they had it in the Suicide Squad line that was released in 2021, I want to say. And maybe it's the exact same thing. It would not surprise me, but it really kind of ruins the flow and the design of the character on your shelf, because it does have those huge ass gaps between. It's just so noticeable. And it's disappointing because, again, this is a $40 toy, and there's a ton of other Mcfarlane figures out there that don't have this kind of giant ass missing space between the arms. And this is like, what is going on with you guys over there to nail things like the head sculpts and the helmets and the way the helmets come off and on, and to have them look really nicely designed and set up? I love the fact that there's no heads in those helmets, that you can just have the helmets displayed with him on their own. I think that's a brilliant design choice. The gun is great. It has nice paint ops. There's a nice little sculpt on the butt of the gun as well. He holds it really well in his hand. It fits perfectly in the holster. Yeah, there's a lot to really like, and I did want to give this figure a much higher mark because I think the sculpt alone really sets it apart from a lot of the other stuff they've done. But man, those arms and that gap just kind of ruin all of the effect they were going for, and it's a bit of a disappointment, honestly. So this, I think, should be a 9 out of 10 figure, but in reality it's more like an 8 because it's just clear that they threw the animal in, that they didn't take the time to think about the arms and how the arm designs was going to look, and that's some hard tea to swallow.
I would have gladly
honestly
paid a bit more for a better Eagly, and
I think if Eagly had been articulated in the same way that the Hasbro animals are, this could have easily been. You could forgive the articulation and the gaps in the arms.
Yeah, but
as it stands, it's just not enough.
Mcfarlane hates animals, so
yeah, it's just it really is too bad though, because this, I think, it was in the running for one of the, when I took it out and initially was looking at it, I'm like, this is one of the better figures that they've ever done, and closer inspection, I was like, yeah, the arms thing is really hard to get over, and it really does bring it down to, I think, an 8 out of 10 on this, and everything else is so nice. I do really, really like it though, and it may still show up on best of 2025 when we get to those lists in a couple of weeks. But I can't give it all the best marks in the whole world because there's some big limitations here.
All right.
I will say one other thing before Richie gets more things out of his face. There's another figure I was gonna review this week, but I need more time for more photos, so that's gonna be next week. I'm not gonna tell you what that figure is, but I am gonna tell you it is a perfect 10 out of 10.
And you have seen the figure before.
You've seen it before. It's a perfect action figure, and we're going to talk about it next week's episode, and we're going to review it because I need to take literally 20 photos in order to get across how awesome this toy is. But it is perfect. It is a perfect toy. So next week, we have a perfect score review coming for you. You have to watch to find out which one it is, though.
All right. That brings us to...
It is easier to talk over this one when I hear it.
Bought this week.
See, I didn't talk over that part because now I can hear it.
Yes. So we have some things. One thing I did not include because I literally picked it up before we got here, and that is something Tupper missed by a day, and I'll be going over the Born Again, Daredevil Born Again Punisher next week. And shit, which you bought this week, or review, or whatever.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hold that one in my hand and to check out his head and see how offensive to Italian Americans it actually is.
If you're lucky, you'll see me unbox 2 of them.
You won't. You don't have the grapes.
So I
Cobra, attack!
Got this guy on Amazon early Black Friday sale for $26.
A great deal.
$26.
That's a great deal.
And I mean, Tupper went over this when he got it, and we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I cannot reiterate how fucking shiny that mask is. Pictures don't do it justice. If it was larger, I could shave in it, is what I'm saying.
Again, I think I covered this when I reviewed this figure, but that shiny face mask is so much better than the one they got with the HasLab Rattler. Like, this is so much better a toy than the HasLab Rattler Cobra Commander. Like, it's not even funny. Like, they fucking knocked it out of the park with this.
And I just like to note that he has like a lump of a butt that is terrible.
Hey, you leave Cobra Commander's one alone. He was once a man.
But yeah, so I'm glad I got this on sale. I would have picked it up at normal price anyway, but that just sweetened the deal, and it's a great figure. I love it.
Yeah. honestly, $26, that's a 10 out of 10. Like, that's a 10 out of 10 toy at $26. For me, at $36 is what I pay for it. It's still a 10 out of 10. I love that Cobra Commander. It's one of my favorites. I'm glad you got it. It is, I think, why the G.I. Joe classified stuff is so great, is stuff like that. They just killed it right across the board with that Cobra Commander.
That being said, I got this Batman. It's funny, you can see in the background my Peacemaker and Batmobius that I hadn't opened at that point yet. This Batman figure did not come with the big dump. Well, it arrived with the big dump, but I did not pick it up with the big dump.
No, Richie, I thought we agreed on this show to not call it the big dump when you got a whole bunch of toys. That's just not.
And why should I care?
No, I do not approve. I am putting my foot down on that. Anyway, continue.
Yes, so I picked up this Rebirth Batman. The thing that got me for this one, like, well, one, I do really enjoy the Rebirth design, but the purple in the inside of the cape is really sharp and really brings out the figure. Plus, unlike all of the other Batman figures I have, there's actually an unmasked Batman head, so you can have him like you often do see him in the Batcave, no cowl on. Although the thing that they could have done better is if there was a head that had like the cowl removed still, but still there. That's the only improvement I would say for this figure. Very pretty boy Bruce Wayne face on him.
He is classically handsome.
Yeah, they did that well. And then his, I really like, and you'll see it in another picture in a minute, the definition on the masked face in the brows, I really do like. Comes with a grapple hook, batarang, the semi-splayed hand there. He's got a gripped hand and he's got a closed fist hand that he comes with as well. The wired cape is pretty good. Not the best wired cape, not the best cape design when you look at it at the back. I think like as you saw in the Batman and the Mobius chair, his cape was definitely better. But yeah, I mean, I've got no real complaints. You can see the brow in there. I don't know if I got a zoomed in picture of the brow or not, but the brow is pretty defined and it looks really cool. So
I like this. I like this a lot. I like the purple a lot. I like the design a lot. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that same batarang that came with the Mobius Batman being included in Rebirth Batman. But hey, what are you gonna do? I understand that.
I mean,
it's
I think
fine.
It's the same batarang that came with Batgirl, but that one was painted yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. The question at hand is always how many batarangs is too many batarangs, and I would postulate on this podcast the answer is 100,000. Yeah. Like, there's no limit. Give me as many batarangs as possible. I will find a use for them. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have too many than not enough.
Although they could do themselves a favor and have a molded hand with batarang that looks really cool, as opposed to one that you can put in there and looks kind of okay sometimes. So. Yeah,
like when you throw something like that, your hand doesn't stay like this. Yeah. So it's like it's going to be like this the whole time. So they just might as well mold that in there. Yeah. And then have like a hand that's kind of splayed out, which I noticed that one does come with that. So you can like, oh, you just threw a batarang. So yeah, I mean, Richie, I just got to say this. I am hoping that when Mattel this license, and as they're manufacturing the toys right now, because that's what they're doing right now, my hope is that they are listening to podcasts like ours, or more popular ones for sure, who are saying the same things, which is that the accessories matter. You should have a lot of variation in your accessories, and you should give a damn about the accessories that go in. When Hasbro gives a damn, they make amazing accessories. Mcfarlane, it's almost always miss, and there's hits that they have, but they have way more misses than hits, and I think they just do not listen to what fans really want what their client base wants for accessories, because it's just missed opportunity after missed opportunity. Have we gotten an accessory where Batman is throwing a batarang and it's left his hand and there's like a clear pattern and then the batarang is like flying through the air? Why don't we have that? That is something that should have been made years ago.
Should have been made countless times on end by now. So
yeah, or a batarang with a wire bend attached to it that could be attached to a hand, so it looks like he's throwing a grapple. Yeah. A batarang that's going to wrap around something. Why haven't we gotten anything like that? Yeah. Why haven't we gotten anything like that, guys? And it just makes me again happy that Mcfarlane is losing the license, but it also makes me wary about what Mattel is going to bring, because they have such a low bar to jump over. But will they jump over that bar,
or are they going to trip on it?
Well, you would also know more because you get some of the Masters of the Universe stuff, and that I think is kind of a glimpse into the potential that we could be getting with the
I
with
think
the
there's
DC
a lot
Universe
of potential,
stuff.
and like the Master of the Universe stuff that I have no complaints on. I think for the line that I have, it's a bit different because it is the Revelation line, and they are, I don't know, they're not as cartoony. So even though they are cartoons, I know how dumb that sounds, but you know what I mean.
I understood what you meant.
But it's too bad that there's that whole Diamond Select distributor fuck up or debacle, them going under, because Nabima unfortunately still hasn't gotten the Motu Thundercats crossovers that I really wanted. Although I do see them on Walmart, even though Battle Cat Man is already sold out. I am very tempted, but I do want to support local, so I'm trying to hold out for Nabima to get them. So anyways.
Yeah, support your local comic book shops, your local action figure retailers, because they're going to be a lot better as far as your soul goes by giving stuff to Amazon or Walmart or wherever. Buy local whenever you can, folks. Again, it's not always possible, but whenever you can buy local, you won't regret it.
Double check if his shop has any of those action figure head display stand things, because I thought of when I was taking pictures, I was like, you know what would be really good for taking pictures of like the extra heads is if we had some of those fucking display stands.
I know, Richie. We got to get some of those head display stands. We really do. So I think you should check with the Bima. We did see them again at Toys R Us.
Yeah. Those ones are NECA brand ones, so yeah.
And obviously, you know, Richie could order from the NECA website. They probably have them available through the NECA website. But yeah, if we can, we'll take a look and we'll see, because I think that would be great.
Instead of having it there and I'm trying to get a good angle, you can see the face, or I'm holding it up to my hand, I can just then have it on. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, moving along. The last figure for this week is not that. Gotta scroll.
Bear with me.
Here we go.
Bear with me.
The World War II Logan, who showed up early, surprisingly. Interesting thing about this that I noticed on the box is, while it is part of the Build-A-Figure Executioner line, there's 7 figures in the line, only 6 figures are part of the Build-A-Figure line. The Logan not being one of them. Just going to put that up there for a second so you can see it. Not that I care, because the Executioner doesn't look that great anyway. But it's like, why would you include him in the line if he didn't have a figure? Yeah. He should just be a release on his own. I don't know. It's just a little aside for me that didn't make sense, and I think you would have the same thought on that I did. So
I do. What the hell's going on? Because when they released the photos for this image, it wasn't part of the Build-A-Figure, and then they're like, oh yeah, let's put him in the Build-A-Figure line. They clearly didn't have any of the parts for the Build-A-Figure in this Build-A-Figure figure. So what is the point of even including him in that line? Why didn't he just come out on his own? Exactly. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I guess it's like for the kids the kids, i.e. the people that are walking in and be like, well, I'm just going to get the whole case, and then they want to have that one as part of the case. Yeah. It's so stupid. Yeah. It's so fucking stupid.
Bastards.
Hasbro.
But yeah, accessory wise, I do have to, the one complaint I have about this, and maybe this is just me being spoiled by G.I. Joe now, is that I think the helmet should have been removable. It's not. It does have, you can't see it there because of the angle. It does have the chin strap hanging, but I also think you should have had the option to attach the chin strap as well. Some minor nitpicks, because I'm into G.I. Joe now. That being said,
you're welcome.
I do like the young Gap Wolverine head. I call it Gap because it makes me think of a Gap model.
See, I saw that. I see the head, and I think he's the My Chemical Romance
That's
Wolverine.
Emo Wolverine. One plus is on the clawed hands, as they are not removable. I've been having trouble with removable claws lately. They have not been my friends. Although I did find one of the missing ones recently. Here's a better shot at Pretty Boy Logan.
He is so excited about the Black Parade. He is so excited.
He does have a sheath for the knife. I would argue that should have been a bayonet that should have been attachable to the rifle instead of a knife. Still needs a sheath, but I think it should have been an attachable bayonet. One thing to note. Sorry.
Does the ammo stock come off the gun?
No.
Does the
magazine does not? It's not an ammo stock. It's a magazine. Tupper.
I don't know.
Jesus
I'm not in the military.
Christ. One thing, maybe I just didn't play around with it enough, and maybe it is a little difficult to get the finger in the trigger hole, and it seems that if you really want it to have in the shoulder there, it's really difficult. Again, if I wanted to have him in a pose, where is it? Not this one. This is funny enough. This will be the Wolverine that I don't pose with his claws because I want him to have his weapon. But I was trying to pose it in one regard so that he was holding on to the stock of his weapon like this, but the stock was at the butt kept getting in the way in the shoulder, and it would either have to go on the other side, would look stupid, and it wouldn't fit on the inside. I was like, so it was maybe I just need to play with it a bit more, but
very possibly. Again, though, I know sometimes the Marvel Legends they don't have that forward bend for their wrists like they do with the G.I. Joe line. They usually just have that hinge, and that hinge can definitely get in the way of trying to pose something as far as having a gun against your shoulder. But I would suggest messing around with it a little bit. You probably get some better poses on it. But again, this is supposed to be Hasbro's Marvel Legends line trying to do G.I. Joe stuff, and you'd think that they would have maybe combined their sources on this. It would have been great to have that Tommy gun as like a G.I. Joe classified style Tommy gun as opposed to what we got. Yeah. So it does feel a little bit like, different departments are working on these toys, because if the G.I. Joe guys were working on Marvel Legends, then which they probably should have for this Wolverine.
This makes me feel like the Hasbro Toy Factory is like the Severance employees, where they do not speak to the other employees and aren't allowed to interact with the other employees.
Yeah, like we have these little glimpses into how things work over at these toy companies. For sure. It definitely feels like Mcfarlane stuff is all produced in one factory, and they kind of do back and forth between the different departments, theatrical version versus Elite Editions versus, like DC lines versus Spawn lines or Mortal Kombat lines.
In lines, even in like you can see sculpt reuse, like things like legs and stuff that are like from DC, and then other lines that aren't DC as well. So definitely agree there that they're in-house. It's all the same, where they probably Hasbro, I would argue, is definitely a larger toy company. So they could have different factories for different lines, basically. You know.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, again, I think you can tell this just by looking, but like the G.I. Joe classified stuff is sculpted and designed in a way that is so different from the Marvel Legends, which is so different from Star Wars. So they're all different brands and different manufacturing departments within the same company, but like it's very clear when they have figures like this come out.
The tricks of the trade.
Exactly, and I think that is interesting in many ways, but I also think that there is an opportunity for Hasbro to say do a crossover from Marvel Legends to G.I. Joe, and I think this is it does look pretty cool, but it does feel like this is a case where this is a figure that should have been taken over from the G.I. Joe classified line and had them work on it, and then Hasbro release it under their Marvel Legends line. And I think that would have been really cool and very different, but also it would have fit in really well with the classified line.
I think a Marvel G.I. Joe crossover line would, with the right characters, of course, would work extremely well.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So, like, because they lend
Joe,
to the universes very well.
So there is actually, I would love for them to do something like this. Somebody earlier this year or mid this year put out a bunch of art that was Transformers characters done up like G.I. Joe characters. So you'd have like Optimus Prime, and you have a helmet that fits over a guy, and his color scheme is Optimus Prime, but he is a G.I. Joe, so he has real world weapons and stuff like that. They have Prime's Gatling gun, but it's more like of a real world style sort of thing, and he's got the same kind of backpack. And I saw that and I'm like, this would be a perfect action figure line for the G.I. Joe classified people to do. They have already the license because Transformers is owned by Hasbro, as G.I. Joe is. How cool would it be to see Transformers characters done in that art style as a 6-inch figure? I think that would be phenomenally cool. I think it would be phenomenally cool to see G.I. Joe have their take on certain Marvel characters. I think that would also be super cool, like an Iron Man, so something he's got like a whole bunch of armor, but it feels more realistic. It feels more something like real world, or that fits in with the G.I. Joe stuff.
G.I. Joe classified would do awesome with Iron Man.
Yeah, like I would love to see some crossover for these companies, and I'm hoping we actually have a chance for this to happen, though, too, Richie, because with all of these collaborations that are happening across the line, we just saw Hasbro do a collaboration with the Kith.
Yeah.
The no lisp intended, KITH, which is some clothing line from the States. So I would love to see maybe them doing more in-house collaborations so that, Masters of the Universe and Transformers, or Masters of the Universe and Thundercats as a thing is something they can do across different lines.
Cool Transformers Master of the Universe stuff, now that you mention it. That would be a really cool crossover. Just because of the juxtaposition of Tech and New Eternia,
Richie, you know that they did do a Transformers Masters of the Universe mashup.
They did?
They have those toys out now.
Yeah.
It's been called one of the worst lines of 2025.
Well then.
Go do some. I don't think we covered it here on the show because it seemed like a very small thing that wasn't going to hit much of retail. But then I saw some other toy reviewers talking about it, and they're like, yeah, these are abominations. And I saw the photos and I'm like, these are not good. And we never covered them here on the show, which is very odd. So maybe we'll do that next week or the week after, and we'll show some photos of some stuff. But Richie, they're out there. Please gauge your reactions back because it's not great. It's not great, man. It is not great. What they should have done is they should have combined the transforming robots with He-Man, as opposed to putting armor on He-Man characters that looks like Transformers, and that's what they did, and it did not work. And now you know. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Oh, do I have that?
So close. Well, so close. So close. That's better.
That's better.
That would have been the one, but it was too late. I was posed like this for too long, so you failed. That's a failure, but it's fine. It's fine.
To be fair, even though I knew you could hear them, I did not abuse the sound effects like I could have.
No. That's going to be next week's episode and every episode moving forward. By the way, folks, I'm sorry if you've been hearing drilling and everything going on. I live in Toronto, as you know. I'm back here for 3 weeks. So, of course, they're doing construction on my building because the work never stops. So thanks.
Now,
thanks, building.
It makes me exciting
drilling.
because now I can use this sound effect for things that I want to get.
And what's this? Why don't I own this? Why don't I own this?
We're gonna play that exclusively over stuff that we really, really want from coming soon.
Yeah.
So
I've been hesitant to use this because one, you can't hear when I do it, and so yeah. That, if you did not know, is from Ross Marquand's shot for shot remake of There Will Be Blood called There Will Be Bud. You should go check that out on YouTube.
I love how you said "if you don't know," which goes without saying. No one knows that. Nobody knows that except for you and Ross Marquand. No disrespect to Ross, but nobody knows that. Yeah. And when we play that again and we mention it again, people will forget, and you will have to keep reminding them. Because why would they know?
That's true. And with that, folks, we will say, join us again next week. Don't forget to hit that bell, like and subscribe. Get that ding that will annoy Tupper from henceforth, because I'm going to hit it like 70, 80 times, or 6, 7.
Because you're a 6, 7. Oh, that'll get our YouTube streams up. 6, 7. We have. I just want to say we do have some really cool stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. We are going to be doing our best and worst figures of the year. So Richie, I'm sure probably has them already worked out. I gotta figure out.
I'm not quite done yet. I gotta figure them out. I've got mostly selected. Then I've got to put them in their numerical value, because this is one that we will want to number. That being said, one thing I want to clarify for this when we do this is, do you want it to do it for only things that are released this year or things that we bought this year?
It's got to be, it had to have come out between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2025.
Okay. Just want to clarify, because there are things that I have purchased that may have been on my list if it was not centered on just the fiscal or calendar year, I should say, not the fiscal year.
It's just the calendar year. That's what we're gonna do. Is just the calendar year. That is how traditionally it works, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're also gonna have an honorable mentions list. We're gonna do our top 10 each, and we're also gonna have an honorable mentions / shit show.
I feel like for the worst, I can probably only maybe do 5.
Richie,
is it stuff that we've bought, or is it stuff that's released in total? For the worst, can we include stuff that we didn't get because we thought it was stupid?
Yes, we can. We absolutely can. We'll have categories too, like worst accessory, worst hair, worst face sculpts, worst articulation. What the hell were they thinking? And a bunch for stuff that we saw that was awful but didn't buy. Mm-hmm. So start thinking about that. That's coming. Not next week. Next week's a regular episode, but we're probably going to start doing our year-end lists just after that. So stay tuned, folks. Yeah. Lots fun come here. Show good, here. Yes.
And we'll see you.
No, I meant to do that.
1984, I know it's hard to remember. All 1900.
See you next time, kids.
Members. That's why you have to go.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall. Now.
Always.
When's that new series of 1984?
Did you put cookies out for the Wu-Tang this year for Christmas?
Go!
You should.
I'll eat them.
Because old dirty bastard gets hungry. The ghost of old dirty bastard will visit you if you do not put up milk and cookies for Wu-Tang. This is the best / worst end tagline we've ever had for an episode, and I don't care. There it is. Mark it, print it, ya done. Boom.